Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all had a great day. So in this video, I want to talk about guaranteed void legendary champions. Now, before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button. And now let's get back to the video. So we all know void legendary champions can be really game changing for your account. There are quite a few really strong ones, but there's also some that don't really have a, don't really have an area where they shine. But overall, we had really good guaranteed void legendaries in the past. So overall, we had 9. The first one ever was Riho Bone Spear in April 2022, where you could get her guaranteed for 90 void shards. That's actually pretty good. Riho is still a really solid champion, and now her value went up with Chimera as well, so she's really decent. Then we had Turvold in the same year in August for 80 shards. I mean, Turvold was a meta nuker for a very long time in the arena and is still pretty decent in some areas. He can deal some decent damage. Still to this day, his damage is still viable. And then in the same year, in October, we had Fortis, and Fortis is like one of those champions, one of those void legendaries, that needed a buff and they got buffed, but then they're still not strong enough to be used anywhere. So it's kind of like a void legendary that's not really performing like a void legendary. So Turvold and Fortis were available for 80 void shards each. So we had 3 guaranteed in 2022. And then we had Chagur in 2023 in February for 110 shards. Supreme Kale in March. It was like a little bit more than a month apart from the first one in this year from Chagur, and also for 110 shards. And then in November, it was Valkanen for 100 shards. So we had another 3 guaranteed void legendaries in 2023 as well. In 2024, we started off in February with Fatalis Blade Master, but it wasn't like a guaranteed from void shards. It was a deck of fate, so I think any shards counted towards Fatalis Blade Master, if I remember correctly. And then, not even 2 weeks later, there was Narcissus as a guaranteed void legendary for 110 void shards. So those 2 guaranteed champions were not even 2 weeks apart, which is crazy, right? Like I don't know if you were able to get both of those without spending, but I mean White King Narcissus is still to this day one of the best arena nukers out there, at least as a legendary champion. So a really top champion still to this day. And for 110 void shards, absolutely amazing. The third one in 2024 this year, and the last one for this year probably, was Little Miss Annie for Halloween for 100 void shards. So, as you can see, there's a little pattern, right? We got 3 void legendaries, 3 guaranteed ones each year. The last 2 years, the guaranteed void legendary events, like the first ones, started in February. That means in right about like 2.5 months from now, there will be most likely a guaranteed void legendary. Maybe even earlier, maybe a little bit later. We don't know yet. But from the pattern that you can see from the past, there's definitely one coming up in like 2 to 3 months. So I'm recommending everybody to save up void shards because you never know if it's gonna be another, White King Narcissus type of Void Legendary as a guaranteed event. If it's one of those Void Legendaries with the same quality, it can really be game changing for your account. So you definitely should start preparing now. If you don't have like, if you're free to play and you don't have like 50, 60 Void Shards at the moment, it's gonna be tough for you to get to those hundreds, 10 or 100 Void Shards that you need for these guaranteed events. If I look at my Clan Bus rewards for each month, I'm averaging like 15 Void Shards per month from Clan Bus alone. Now you also get some from Doom Tower, you get some here and there. You can probably get like 20 Void Shards per month, maybe a little bit more. You can get this one from Tech Team here every 2 weeks. You can get some from Doom Tower. So let's say you get around 20 per month. That means if you have like 50 Void Shards now and you start saving up, if you can run, very important, if you can run Ultra Nightmare. So even if you just, free key the last chest of Ultra Nightmare, it's really worth it. Of course, it's better if you one key it and then you have like 3 keys left to do Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm doing Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard every day. And I'm also, writing down the rewards that I'm getting in my journal. I have a video on that. You can check that out if you want. I'm also going to release another one very soon. And yeah, so I'm averaging like 15 void shards per month. If you're at the same level and you can farm Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare, for example, and you have 50 void shards, you're gonna have enough void shards by the time the guaranteed legendary event is gonna go live, unless it's gonna start in January. But I'm assuming it's gonna follow the same pattern and like start like it's gonna be in February or March. Or maybe even April, which would be better, which would give us more time to save up void shards. But I'm estimating it earlier just to, be prepared. As you can see, I'm barely using any void shards since 2 or 3 months. I'm just saving them up. All I'm using is sacred shards and ancient shards for fusion events and whatever I need them for. I'm also not using my primal shards because I'm waiting for the next 2x primal shard on mythical champions. And yeah, so as you can see, I'm pretty much prepared for the next void guaranteed event. And yeah, I can't wait to see what champion it is. So sometimes it's really a mediocre champion. Like Little Miss Annie was, not really the meta champion that someone would wish for. But there are definitely some out there that are really decent. Senna, Ecclesia, Arnorn, like dwarves are pretty strong, honestly. Some of the best champions for like PvE content are from the dwarves. So there's definitely some guaranteed void legendaries I would go for, but there are also some that I wouldn't go for. For example, a Fortis, which also already was a guaranteed one, and yeah, Carillon. I don't know if I would go for this one. So it really depends on which champion it's going to be. But when that day comes, you kind of want to be prepared for that. Like, because if it's one that could be game changing for your account, you don't want to miss out on that. For example, a Krisk or Sulfurion. Like there are some champions that are really worth to save up the void shards for, in case they are going to be the guaranteed void legendary. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted you to know to keep an eye on that. Like, don't forget there's guaranteed void legendary events. Don't just waste all your void shards. You can easily do the fusion events or whatever with sacreds and ancient shards. If you use 1 or 2 void shards here and there, that's fine, I guess. But other than that, especially as a free-to-play player, I would hold on to your void shards as much as you can, because there's definitely another guaranteed void legendary coming up. We just don't know when, right? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And with that being said, see you in the next video.